Hi, I'm Diane Arnold from Delaware County Libraries, and I'm here to introduce Diane Bizzle from Brainfuse. Diane is going to show you the Help Now features that will make school this fall so much easier. Chat your questions for Diane in the comments, and we'll get them to her. Diane?
Okay. Hi, everybody. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what the Brainfuse site looks like. So what Brainfuse is it's an online tutoring tool, and you have access to this through the Delaware County Libraries website. All you need to have is your library card, and then you're able to connect to Brainfuse and get assistance from live tutors and also work on different activities to build your skills. So I want to tell you a little bit about all of the cool features that we offer. The first thing, of course, is the live tutoring. So when you have a homework question, or even if you just want to work on some skills, like maybe you're having a hard time with math. I'm not a math person, so whenever I'm talking about the tutoring, I do tend to default to talking about math because it's just not my forte. You can connect with one of the live tutors to get assistance in the topic as well as with your homework. So I'm going to come and I'm going to click on the live tutoring area, and it's very, very easy to get connected. The first thing you would need to do is choose your grade level. So I'm going to choose 10th grade. And then you can see the list of subjects opens up for me. So I can choose, let's say, geometry. And then to get connected with a live tutor, I just click the Get Live Help button. So one thing that's really neat is if you prefer to communicate in Spanish, you can work with a bilingual tutor. Also, I should let you know that there are specific hours for the live tutoring. If I go back over to the home page, there's actually a bar here at the top letting you know that you can connect with a live tutor from 2 until 11 p.m. So what does the tutoring look like? I'm going to show you a little demo of a tutoring session. So this is an algebra session. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit so we get to see more of the fun part of it. When you're working with one of the tutors, what they're going to do is they're going to take the time to really personalize the help for you. So they're going to walk through the process of arriving at the answer. There's the whiteboard where you can interact with the tutor as well as the chat area. What's really cool about it is it does work on all different types of devices. So whether you're using a laptop, a PC, a Mac, a Chromebook, or even a tablet, you are able to connect with a tutor and use the classroom to interact. I'm going to close out of this session. And what if you have a question and maybe it is earlier in the day, it's before 2 o'clock. You can still get help from a tutor by going to Send Question. So Send Question is basically a way you can send a question to any of the Brainfuse tutors. The way it works, when you click on it, you see here it's asking me to log in. Super, super easy to create an account on Brainfuse. And the reason why it's asking you to log in is because that's how you are going to be able to retrieve the feedback from your tutor. So let me show you how to sign up. What is so awesome is you are not sharing any personal information. The tutor that you're connecting with, it doesn't know your name, doesn't know anything about you, so it's completely anonymous. I know for me, I was always pretty shy in school, so I never wanted to draw attention to myself by asking questions. I was really embarrassed about that. So it would have been really nice for me to be able to access something like this where I'm not on a video, I'm not sharing my name or anything. I'm able to get assistance without anyone knowing who I am. So it takes away that embarrassment factor. So I'm going to create my account here. So all I'm doing is a username, a password that I'm typing twice. I'm going to choose one of the password hint questions and answer. So one thing that's really, really important for you to remember is that because we're not asking for your email or anything, you should either write down your username and password or make sure that you create something that you know you're going to remember. The other alternative is if you are using a device that you own, you can always save your username and password on the browser. So now that I have my account, I can actually choose my grade level and subject and get some assistance on my question when it's outside of the live hours. Another really nice thing I wanted to share with you is the writing lab. So just like when I'm using the send question, I need to make sure that I have logged in on or created my account on Brainfuse. And I can come to the writing lab and I can attach my writing document here. For this, I will get feedback by the next business day. So that's another thing that's important for you all to know. It's not instantaneous feedback. If you are a procrastinator, where maybe you wait until right before your assignment's due in order to finish it, using the writing lab or using send question isn't going to be the best option for you. You would definitely want to connect with a live tutor instead so you get that instantaneous personalized feedback. With the writing lab and send question, it does take about 12 to 24 hours, sometimes a little bit longer if it's on the weekends or a holiday to get your feedback. So I'm going to scroll down. There is a little box here where you can add any comments about your paper. Maybe you want to let your tutor know what your assignment is or what you're working on. Maybe you're preparing for taking the SAT. Anything that would be helpful for the tutor to know so they can best assist you. Click submit, and then it magically goes through all the channels and is sent to the different writing tutors, and you get your feedback by the next business day. Like I said, typically 12 to 24 hours, and it goes to your message center. And this is why you need to have a Brainfuse account to use this. You'll see up here at the top, the inbox. When you have a reply, there will be an alert here letting you know. So you can access the message center right from here, or you can go to your account dropdown and go to my message center. When it comes to the feedback, it's very extensive, but our tutors are not making any changes on your paper. They're giving you information and tools to help you improve your writing. So this is what our response form looks like, and our tutors are going to give you some information and assistance for all the different areas of writing, including just your paper as a whole, introduction and conclusion, development, organization, style, grammar and mechanics. And then if you have to use a specific type of formatting, they'll help make sure that you know all those guidelines. And there will be a copy of your paper down at the very end where the tutor will have some more specific comments. So like I said, they're not making any changes. What they're doing is they're giving you the information that you need in order to improve your writing. Improve your writing. If you get your feedback, you have questions, you don't understand some of the comments, you can always either send your paper to the writing lab again with additional questions or connect with one of the live tutors and get additional personalized assistance that way. So in the classroom, you can drag and drop files and put them right onto the whiteboard. There's also an attach icon here, right here next to the chat. So that's another way that you can share files with your tutor. I'm going to minimize this feedback. And I'm going to go back over to the home page because there's a couple more areas that I wanted to highlight for you. We just introduced live assistance for filling out the FAFSA. So if you are getting ready to go to college, filling out the FAFSA is something that you should definitely do, even if you're not sure if you will qualify for any federal financial aid. It's always a good idea to fill it out, and the application can get pretty overwhelming and confusing. So we added these new FAFSA tutors who are able to help you better understand what you need to enter on your application in order to fill it out successfully. So for the FAFSA tutoring, the hours that the tutors are available are just a little bit different than normal, which is why you see this little tutor scheduling here. So I can click on this and I will see that the FAFSA tutors are available from 2 until 11, Monday through Thursday. The other area that I wanted to really highlight is Meet, which is where you can use the Brainfuse classroom to set up your own virtual study room. So if you are working on an assignment from home, or maybe you have a group project and you can't physically be in the same location with your friends, this is a great area where you can use the Brainfuse classroom to create your own meeting. All you need to do is have the email address of whoever you want to invite. So I'm just going to invite myself. And then, whoops, I typed my own email wrong. That was kind of silly. Let me see if it's not autofilling correctly. Okay, I'm going to type the whole thing out. All right. So now I have my email in. I can choose my dates, my times, my duration, and then click send, which will send an email to whoever I invited. I can invite people who don't live in Delaware County or who maybe they don't even live in Pennsylvania. As long as I have their email address, I can invite them to come to my private classroom and work on my homework or my group assignments or studying, whatever it may be, just by getting an email as a link that takes them directly to the Brainfuse classroom. And you, as the person who set up the meeting, will need to enter from the My Calendar page using this Enter button. So you will need to have your Brainfuse account. Under the drop-down, you can find it, My Calendar. You can always also just go back to Meet and be able to see the calendar there as well. Click Enter, which will open up the classroom and give you the ability to work with your friends or even your teachers. Okay, and one other area, the very last area I wanted to highlight before I make sure there's no questions is Skill Surfer. The reason why I wanted to mention Skill Surfer is because this is where there's a lot of tools that you can use if you are learning on your own or you want to get additional help on different topics that you're learning. We have lessons, videos, and practice tests in here. So maybe you are getting ready to take an AP test. You can come here and you can do a practice test. What is really kind of different about the practice test that Brainfuse has is that when you finish taking the test, of course, you can see your results. You'll see what you answered, what was answered correctly and incorrectly, but you can take that a step further and you can connect to a live tutor and get additional assistance on any of the topics or any of the questions that you answered that you don't understand why your answer was incorrect. So basically, in a nutshell, if I were to tell you what Brainfuse is overall, it's your own personalized tutor that you can use for free just by having your Delaware County Libraries card, and you need a computer, a tablet, a mobile device, and then you can get the personalized assistance that you may not be able to get otherwise. So, all that being said, I do want to take a couple minutes to make sure there's no questions. And I also wanted to just say thank you for joining me today. And now let's see if there are any questions.
There does seem to be one question that I have.
Okay.
Here. Can I get the same tutor more than once so that I can follow up with someone?
Okay. So that's a really great question. Can I get the same tutor more than once? So the answer to that is it's possible. Whenever you connect with a tutor, it is going to be random. We do have several of our patrons who like to work with certain tutors. So when you get connected to the tutor that's available, you can ask if your favorite tutor is online. So you could just say, hey, is David 23 online? And if David 23 is online, you will be able to work with that tutor. So it's possible, but it's not a guarantee. Any other questions?
Okay, yes, there's one more. Is there a limit to how many times I can use a tutor each day?
No, there is, and I apologize, my dogs are barking, so they just wanted to say hi. There is no limit to how many times you can use a tutor. You can stay connected with a tutor for as long as you need. You have a question and it takes you 30 minutes to really understand how to do your homework, that's fine. If you are working on, let's say you're doing some writing and then you want to get some help on your math homework, you can get help on both. You would just have to log out in order to connect with a tutor in the other subject. Even if you are working on math you feel like you understand it, you log out, you start working on your homework, you get confused, you can log back in again. So there's no limitations.
That's great. Thank you, Diane. Really appreciate
You're
you
welcome.
coming and giving us this tour and showing us these really great tools. This is going to be very helpful. And this video will remain available on Facebook, and we'll also have it on our YouTube channel. And if you have other questions after you've seen this video, reach out to us at Delaware County Libraries, either here on Facebook or at support@delcolibraries.org. And thanks a lot for coming in.
Thanks. Bye.